Welcome to WTSS What the Stars Say, where we look to the stars to divine the times. This week, a certain company is stealing from old people. In addition, astrocartography has been patented in the country of France. We also have new moon in Gemini to look forward to on the 14th of June. Let's explore all of this and more today on WTSS What the Stars Say. How are you, Pam?
Good. I'm good. It's a void moon and we're recording. We're making it happen. How are you,
We're making
Kita?
this shit happen.
Period.
You know, you know, I'm proud of us.
Okay. Look at us being
Okay.
consistent, following through, doing the
Yeah.
damn thing.
Let's do it.
So to everyone listening, watching, participating here with us on what's WTSS, What the Stars Say. I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel if you're watching on YouTube. Save or download us on your favorite podcast distributors. And leave us a comment. What stuck out to you? What were you feeling? What were you not feeling? We want to engage with you too. So we'll see you in the comments, stars.
I am very obsessed with this Lego conspiracy right now. So if you want to talk about that, please talk about that with me because I need people to talk about that with.
Please tell me because it sounds crazy.
Okay, this dude in Oregon named Brian, his dad is going through some medical complications and might be passing away soon. And so his dad has this giant Lego Star Wars collection that's worth around $200,000. And Brian, and I guess like his dad, his family, they all were like, okay, sell this collection and we can use it to pay for medical expenses, to pay for the grandbabies in the family, like their education, et cetera, et cetera. Whatever they want to do with that money, with that $200,000. Anyways, there's this company called Bricks and Minifigs that's like a secondhand like Lego. It's like a Lego resale company. And they have like a larger corporation, but their branches are owned by franchises. It's like a franchise company. And so like this franchise in Oregon is what Brian consigned his Legos to. And like the consignment is basically, I'm going to give you my Lego collection. You're not paying me for it. You sell it for me as a distributor in your storefront, and you take a cut of what you sell and then give the rest of the money to me. Okay? So when he handed this $200,000 like vintage Lego Star Wars collection over to this company, that was the deal. And they signed a contract on it. Like, he owns the Lego still. That's his shit. You're consigning it. That's what it is. But the owner of the franchise, she and her husband wanted to leave the country. So she hit up the CEO of the company and she's like, hey, I'm looking to sell my franchise, FYI. CEO, like 2 days later, like he's like, oh my God. He like busts in. No. He sold it on his own to this dude from Utah, right? And this dude from Utah comes the fucking and kicks that lady out. He's like, I own this shit now. And she's like, wait, I need to take inventory. I need to like tie up some loose ends. He's like, no, don't worry about any of that shit. This is my shit now. I'll take care of all that. Right? I know. She's smart though. Her and her husband are cool as shit, but that's an aside. But anyways, she's smart. She got the footage of that incident and she got him on camera saying, this is my responsibility now. He said it on camera. All of these things that you have consigned from this third party are my responsibility now. He said that. And that's really important as the story goes on. Okay, so this dude is now, this Utah dude is now in charge of all of these Legos. And Brian comes in, he's like, I heard that y'all switched owners. What's going on with my Legos? And Utah dude's like, what Legos? We don't. We don't. Brian's like, the Legos in this contract right here that you all signed. And Utah dude's like, I didn't sign that. That's not my contract. He's basically stealing from Brian. I know. Brian's like, I'm gonna sue you. Utah dude's like, sue me. If you take me to court, we're gonna draw this shit out so far that it's gonna cost you more money than these Legos are worth. Yeah. Says it. Like, oh my goodness gracious. It's just so juicy. I'm smiling because he like within the last day this dude got fired. So so like he's done. But it gets crazier than this, Pam. So there's this YouTuber named Reckless Ben who is actually notorious for infiltrating cults and disbanding them and like documenting it for like content on YouTube, which is pretty cool. I think this is also an aside. Cults, if you've been through like a abusive family system, then you've been through a cult. And cult survivors and abuse survivors have a lot in common. So like solidarity with cult survivors, and I really appreciate people who expose cults for what they are and save the people inside of them. So Reckless Ben caught wind of this group of people who were trying to get these Legos back on Brian's behalf. They were looking through the inventory. They were trying to document where these Legos were and how to get them back. But they got threats. They ended up disbanding because they were being threatened. Like, not even a cease and desist. Threats. Yeah. So Reckless Ben got in touch with those guys and he's like, what's going on? They're like, we've been threatened. And Reckless Ben was like, it is time for me to step in. He contacts Brian, the original consigner of the Legos, and he's like, I'm gonna do everything that I can to get this Lego collection back to you. And he proceeds to do everything that he can to get that Lego collection back. You need to go watch Reckless Ben if you want to know all about what he did. But he blows this shit wide open. First of all, he exposes how corrupt this this corporation is. Just like stealing. It's theft. It's theft, and like I'm a fanatic of criminal lawyers on the internet, and every single criminal lawyer is like, this is theft. And if anything, they're like, so when Brian was threatened by the company, like, oh, you can sue us, but we'll draw this shit out. Every lawyer that I follow on the internet was like, he should have sued him anyway. Like, they said that to him to threaten him and like to make him feel like he was powerless, but he should have sued them anyway. He could have taken out a temporary restraining order to make sure that the goods couldn't be moved or sold. And then, yeah, because right now they're all over the world because these people sold them. And so, yeah, they stole from him, and they stole from an old man. And sold his shit. I just don't understand how you can justify that. But yeah, FYI, if you're talking about like this much money's worth of stuff and people try to threaten you and say that you're powerless, don't believe them. They're gonna say that. They're gonna do anything that they can do to convince you that you don't have any power or rights to your stuff, but they stole from this man. And that's it. They took his shit and profited off. They stole it. Anyways, so blase. Reckless Ben, through his antics, ends up in Utah suing the company, and he's in a position where he needs to serve them papers, right? And so the dude who owns the franchise knows that he's in trouble. He knows that he's fucked up. And he keeps trying to serve this dude papers, or maybe it's the owner of the company. I can't remember. Go watch Reckless Ben shit. But like, they're trying to serve this guy papers, and that's like, it's a necessary step in order to take them to court. Like, this is what he has to do. It's not harassment. He actually just has to serve this guy papers. But every time he tries to serve this guy papers, this dude calls the police. Calls the police for harassment. Oh, I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm going to shoot him. I'm going to shoot him because I'm scared. I'm scared. You know how white people do. I'm scared. And so he's like, he's like constantly getting arrested by the Utah police. It turns out that the owner of the franchise is Mormon. The owner of the company is Mormon. And this is Mormon country, and the police are Mormon as well. So now we're talking about a conspiracy of Jesus Christ of the Latter-day Saints.
Utah. Whoa.
And just for information, like FYI, the Lego company is owned by a Danish family outside of the litigation of the United States of America. So they don't go here. You know what I mean? And let's say that they wanted to like cease and desist or sue or engage in the US American like legal process. Their company, the Lego company, is worth about 30 billion, and supposedly we could never know because it's not supposed to be for profit because it's a religion. But the Mormon church is worth about 10 times more than that. So if these dudes are backed by the Mormon church, it is possible for them to also threaten Lego. If you take us to court, we'll just draw this out as long as possible. And you'll waste a lot of money because it's true. So
crazy.
Yeah, and the last day though, they fired his ass. They fired this dude's ass, and they're trying to blame the original lady who was like, "Oh hey, I'm selling my franchise because me and my husband are leaving the country." They're trying to pin it all on her. She's about to win because she has that shit on camera. She's like, I don't know about this. Like, can I stay and do inventory and like tie up some loose ends? And they're like, nope, get the fuck out. That's on camera, bitch. And you want to know why this is really happening? Because white men don't know how to say, that was my fault, I'm sorry. That's crazy. How you be a grown-ass person and not know how to say it? Like, all of this is happening because they don't know how to say it. That was my fault, I'm sorry. And the moral of the story, white people, is to learn how to be accountable for your behavior. Finished.
I mean,
you just gotta say that.
That was strong. That was strong.
All of this because like 4 white dudes don't know how to say it. That was my fault. I'm sorry. I don't understand.
Wow. And the Mormon church being involved, like that's the twist that I wasn't ready for that. You know what I mean? So a little backstory about me. I started college super duper early, in my early teens. So, you know, a lot goes on college campuses. I went to a community college, and there was a branch of, I guess they're called the Church of Christ. And it's definitely a cult. And I didn't really understand. We had a friend who was in the church, and he was like serious about church, right? And he's like, you all should come to church because you're my friends and I want you to be a part of this, and my religion is important to me. And so, you know, me and everybody else are like, okay, let's go. And, you know, they would have meetings on campus, which I thought was kind of weird. I was like, church on campus? And this is community college. It's not like we went away to school, you know, where you would like have to have church on campus. It's like, we could like go to church, you know, I got a bus pass, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, it was church on campus, and they were like, you have to, like, if you want to date somebody, you have to date somebody in the church. right? And like there's to be no queerness, right? No queerness allowed. And all of these like weird rules. And I was like, these rules are weird. These rules are weird. I don't understand. And then I just to wrap my story up, I didn't want to be in the church anymore, but then I met a girl at church who I had a crush on, and she really liked me too, but I don't think she understood what queerness was. And I felt like I invited her to my house, she came over, we hung out, we were doing like regular people shit, like we weren't just doing like Christian shit, we were like friends. And I was trying to like be like, well, we should like date, like we should, but I didn't want to say that to her because she was like so immersed in the church, and I was like, she's got to come to this conclusion on her own, because if I like start acting gay, she's gonna be like, you're the devil, but like you're gay too, obviously, like you've got some kind of queer going on with you because you want to be more than friends, right? You like me. So like me. But, Jesus was in the way. So I had to let her stay with her man anyway. So there's some drama in the astrology verse. In the astrology multiverse, there is some drama. And it's been talked about extensively, but I think, well, let me set it up and then I'll get into what is missing from the larger conversation. Okay. Laura Chung has talked about what I want to talk about, and I love and respect her as an astrologer. And I just want to point out that she has already said a little bit of what I'm trying to say, but she's the only person that I've seen saying it. Okay. So astrocartography is the study, the art, the science of using latitude and longitude along with the chart of the individual, the event, etc., to see how your placements would affect you throughout the planet, right? So it takes the snapshot of your birth chart and says, okay, well, this based on where the eastern horizon was when you were born, your rising sign, we've talked about that before. Your rising sign is the eastern horizon in reality, right? In the world, on the planet, from the place where you were born. So it uses that information to build an entire globe of how your positions, your planets, your placements would impact you in different places in the world. It's really great. This dude, Jim Lewis, came up with the technique. He developed this technique in the 1970s. And then later, a dude named Greg Howe, later in the 70s, came up with a computer program to make it work, right? Because it's kind of an intricate technique to lay a birth chart on a planet. It's not as simple as not that drawing a birth chart is particularly simple with you're using graphing tools. But anyway, these men came up with this concept in the 70s. There's a whole Jim Lewis Institute, right? Where people learn astrocartography. Okay. And so late last year, 2025, this woman in France decides to patent, copyright. She registers the word astrocartography as her thing, as her intellectual property, as something that belongs to her, right? This is a technique of astrology. It's like if a doctor were to patent and say that nobody else could use the word cardiology. So the concept is fucked up because astrology is for everyone. It is a tool, right? And capitalism got people fucked up. So the whole community of astrologers seem to be on the same page that this is fucked up, right? Because not only is she saying that this thing belongs to me and I'm the only one that can use it, and I am astrocartography.fr because she's in France. She's suing other people and issuing them cease and desist letters. She sent a cease and desist letter to her teacher, who is an astrologer. You can find her on Instagram. She's like, she's living this like bizarre luxury life. I'm not going to talk too much shit about her because I don't really know anything about her, but it's just not my vibe. It's like hyper capitalism type shit going on her page, and I don't vibe with that. But it kind of feels like what you reap is what you sow type shit.
Yo, type shit. Anyways.
Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. However, the point that I'm trying to make, and Laura Chung, who is an astrologer who I follow and I respect, and I love her work and I love her approach to the work, has said this it's giving colonization. It's giving colonization, and this is another white person doing colonizer shit. This is colonizer behavior. And I agree. I was actually about to post something about that when I saw her post, and I was like, she said it really well, Of course she wasn't swearing in her post. It was very, professional and all that kind of stuff. I might have used cuss words because that's my personality. But I think that there are a lot of white folks who practice astrology, who come at it from a colonizer lens, right? And there's also this like whole side conversation about like techniques of astrology, this sidereal astrology, which is, very primarily practiced professionally by people of color, right? People from the subcontinent of India. Black people tend to be practitioners of sidereal Vedic astrology. And, there's a lot of tropical astrologers. I am a tropical astrologer. I learned tropical astrology from Black people, okay? There are a lot of tropical astrologers, white people, who say that Vedic astrology is, that's not it. When it's, my observation has been that it's a much more specific form of study. It tends to have a different level of accuracy. It's more based in reality. There's a lot more hard truths delivered via Vedic astrologers. But my opinion, right? And the fact of the matter is that they're both accurate, right? They are both functional. However, there is this sense of superiority on this version of astrology, this Western astrology practiced, in Greece, right? That has this European flavor to it, where the concepts of that brand of astrology came from Western Asia, right? From Iran and, Iraq and those folks. Mesopotamia, that region of the world is where that form of astrology was born, 2,000, 5,000 years ago. But what I'm trying to get to here is that this white person in Europe saying that astrocartography belongs to me and can't none of y'all motherfuckers use it but me, or I'm going to sue you, is colonizer behavior. And we need to really be thinking about what that means, right? It's the same behavior that we keep encountering in Palestine, in the United States, in the Congo, where people are saying, I've pulled up at the shore. This place is called Manhattan now, and this is my shit. Right? It was never your shit. It was everybody's shit. Astrocartography is everybody's shit. Right? Turtle Island was everybody's shit. Right? So capitalism has people pulling from a culture of extraction that has existed for thousands and thousands of years. I don't know the lady's name, but her video has been circulating a lot where she's talking about why there aren't a lot of matriarchal societies and goddess worshiping religions in the world today. And she traces it back to the same reason why colonization is a fucking GDP. The northern invaders, right? The people who lived in the far north in Europe, these Scandinavian countries, where the ground was cold most of the year, where agriculture was not easy. Their GDP was colonization. Their GDP was war. And that has stayed the same methodology, right? To go for these light-skinned, male-focused, war-driven countries to go and steal from the abundant countries closer to the equator with brown-skinned people in them that have matriarchal focus, economies, societies, cultures, and to come and take their shit because it's easier for them to build a weapon than it is for them to grow food. Right? And so it's easier for this bitch in France to build a weapon than to grow her own food, which is not true, because she can still practice astrocartography without saying other people can't do it. And the fact that this is a whole conversation has to be fucking up her bottom line. There is no way that everybody's saying, you know, this is not good for astrology, right? Even for the lay folks who are coming into the conversation who only know sun sign astrology have to see this is a bad business practice, that she's got the whole industry fucked up. So why then does she not consider that this would be bad for her business? That this has got her looking like she's aligned with fascism, right? Because like that's what it's giving. It's giving fashion. This is for me and nobody else.
White people get offended when we talk about white people, but the truth is that you people have your own lineages that aren't white. The reason why you're white is because of the invention of white supremacy. Before that, you were Finnish or like Gaelic or I don't know, all of the white cultures. You know what I mean? Wherever these people come from. But the reason why you are white right now is because of the invention of white supremacy. That you should feel insulted by that. You should not want to associate yourself with that. You should want to get in touch with your roots. And part of your roots is that you were colonized first. Before they practiced on us, they practiced on you. And they passed down this ideology onto you that you are entitled to things. That you get to just have shit because you are white, because of your skin, and you need to abandon this. It is hurting you. This arrogance and entitlement of white supremacy, it's, first of all, you need to be in solidarity with everyone else who you have been taught to believe deserves less than you. First of all, as like a white leftist who gives a fuck about the world, you need to be in solidarity with people who you were literally raised to believe deserve less than you. And if you don't believe that, then fucking prove it. All right? And then second of all, it is detrimental to you too to navigate the world as if you are entitled to things that you are not entitled to. The way that humans work is in community. You starve yourself of communal support when you engage with the world as if you're entitled to shit and you're allowed to take shit from other people and you're allowed to steal from old people and you're allowed to patent something that's been existing for decades. Like, when you do that, do you see how people turn against you and you lose communal support, which is necessary for your own survival? It is so much easier for us to live in coexistence with each other than it is for any of us to live in isolation. And white people, you isolate yourselves. And what's happening right now, the world at large, is that white people are coming to understand that you're actually the global minority. You're like one of the smaller populations in the fucking world. You cannot afford to isolate yourself from the rest of humanity by insisting that you're entitled to shit to the detriment of the other people around you. Fuck that. And if you say that you're not racist, if you say that you're not xenophobic, if you say that you care about other people, I don't give a fuck what kind of white person you are. If you say that you are an altruistic person or a person who even gives a modicum of one fuck about other people, you have to give a fuck about this. You're not allowed to be fucking entitled. That's it. That's it. I'm done. My rant's over.
You ate.
Thanks.
Ate it up. I hope y'all were hungry. This is a reminder, please like and subscribe to our channel. Please share if you have opinions about our opinions. We want to hear your opinions about our opinions. Please share them.
Oh, wait, I'm not entitled. My mom's poor. If that's what you want to say, go put that in the comments.
Go put that in the comments and see what happens. I double dog dare you. Double dog dare you. So Kita, I before I get into talking about this upcoming new moon in Gemini, I want to communicate, right? Because Gemini is about communication. I want to communicate about my Patreon that I am relaunching. I'm actually relaunching today, but this will get published later in the week. So by the time that you hear us, see us, are engaging with us, the Patreon will be live. So my Patreon, Awesome Everyday Astrology, is being relaunched, and it's going to be better than ever. I'm going to be hosting Astrology 101, which is an astrology's basics class for people who are just starting to learn about astrology. Maybe you know a little bit about astrology. Bring your knowledge with you. Astrology 101 is like a structured learning space. So you can get in on Astrology 101. And I'm also relaunching Astrology Club, which is a fun, relaxed gathering where we're not just learning about astrology, right? And like the containers and spaces and functions of astrology. We're learning about each other, and we're learning about each other's charts. So if you become a member of Astrology Club, I will send you a PDF with your own chart so that you can use that, and you'll have all the little symbols on there, and you'll know exactly what the fuck we're talking about when we're talking about it. So that's a nice little perk. Another thing that you can get from my Patreon is access to directed monthly questions. So if you subscribe at the personal oracle level, then you will, with that tier, you will get access to both of the learning spaces, as well as the ability to ask 2 directed questions a month. And I will use astrology, your birth chart, and my oracle cards. I use little circle tea leaf deck to answer questions and give you like some information about what's going on. So if you're curious about like what's going on with my job, what should I be doing with my family, you know, what's going on with this relationship, we can talk about those questions, and you have access to ask every single month. So I'm there to support you. And for the personal astrologer or retainer level, on that tier, then we do some really special stuff. I will give you a solar return reading. You get a solar return reading. You get, along with that solar return question, your solar return reading, every month we will use your solar return chart and your birth chart to answer questions that you have. So we really get into like the timing of the year for you, what's going on this year specifically. It's very fine-tuned and tailored and specific to your needs. So that's the astrology on retainer. And also you get all the other stuff. You get access to learning spaces. And you can also lean into the oracle cards if that is your vibe. And all of that stuff is available. Well, I'm also going to be all the WTSS episodes are also going to populate themselves there. And, I'll share little tidbits of information and memes and stuff like that. It will be lots of fun. So, if you're trying to learn more about astrology, make friends with other people who love astrology, or get connected with the ability to ask questions every month and build relationship with an astrologer, Awesome Everyday Astrology is the way to go. Find me on my Patreon. Yeah.
And for the record, folks, wow. Pam is a fantastic facilitator. She is an experienced community organizer, and I know, like, on the internet, people only care about that if you're a social media influencer at the same time. But she is a community influencer. She is important outside of the internet. So, just so you know. And, like, she spoke a little bit about this earlier, but she did go to college at a young age because she's a fucking genius. She's really great at connecting people, at disseminating information. Yeah, she'll never tell you this herself, so I have to tell you. Pam's that girl, you guys. Like, get into it. I'm serious. Also, I'm very lucky to be Pam's homegirl because I get, like, some of these things just for being her homegirl, and she's fucking right every time. So, like, an oracle, a mystic, a genius, an organizer, get into it.
Thank you, Kita.
Yes.
That was very nice.
Yeah, you're that
Big
girl.
hug.
Big hug. I know. In 2 weeks.
2 more weeks. 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks. Okay. Let's talk
about this new moon. What am I supposed to be doing? What am I supposed to be doing the 14th? Because that's 1 week before, Tell me what.
You gotta be fucking talking about it, writing about it, like, be about it. Be about it. So this new moon will be happening on June 14th at 10:54 p.m. on the East Coast. Okay, so I always pull my charts for Philadelphia in case anybody ever cares. So what stands out to me about this moon? So a new moon is a conjunction between the sun and the moon. So they're in the exact same spot in the sky, right? And because they are in the same spot in the sky, they're having a conjunction. It is a sun solar lunar conjunction in the sign of Gemini. So this is happening at 24 degrees. So if you have any planets in the air signs or the fire signs at 24 degrees, you might want to really level up what you're trying to do for this new moon. The moon is in conversation with Ceres, which is it's like oh no, that's not Ceres, that's Lilith. Okay. All right. So this new moon is really about, like, I don't want to say it's about proving the haters wrong, but I mean, like, it's definitely like giving
here for it,
like, fuck the haters type energy. Okay.
Always.
So, new moons are about, like, bringing something in, like pulling in energy, right? Because the moon is fresh, right? It's starting over. All of the whatever it was that we were getting rid of during the Sagittarius moon, all that shit's gone. We've let it go. Whether you let it go for real or not is gone, okay? And we're starting a new chapter. Okay, new moon cycle. So Lilith, this is how I talk about Lilith. Lilith gets a bad rap because of patriarchy, right? So Lilith was Adam's first wife. She and Adam were made of the same stuff. They were married, they were having a good time, and Adam started telling her what to do, and she said, ho, 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 back the fuck up. You and I were made of the same stuff. I'm a person too, and you're not going to tell me what to do. And he said, well, if you don't like it, you can get the fuck out. And she said, I will.
Okay, bye.
I will. And so her doing that, her asserting herself and making her own way so her deciding to make her own way was demonized by the Abrahamic religions, right? So, Lilith goes and does her own thing. She's having her own life. She's not fucking with Adam or his new girlfriend, right? She's minding her own business, living out in the world. But she's been given this yucky Lilith is a demon energy, which as an aside, Lilith has strong imagery in the anime One Piece, right? There's a lot of female demon energy in One Piece. And all of the characters that are women who are demonized are all demonized by men and wrongfully. And wrongfully. They are not actually evil people. They were given this demon title, right? This one character, Nico Robin, as a little girl, she was a genius. She lived on this island. Her island is destroyed, right? So, spoilers. Spoilers. Her island is destroyed, right? And the government deems her they call her a demon child and say that she killed a whole bunch of government workers, and she was responsible for what happened on her island, when it's the government that blew up her island. They want her dead because of her knowledge, right? Which is low key, well, high key, Lilith energy, right? Lilith had the knowledge, the wherewithal, the self-awareness to say, I'm not fucking with that man. You're not going to tell me what to do. I'm going to live my own life and have autonomy and do my own thing. And that is dangerous to men. So that being said, right, Lilith, the placement, it's not a planet. It's not, Lilith isn't something you can look up in the sky. It's a mathematical point, right?
Wow.
Lilith and her energy, the dark moon energy, when you see that in the birth chart, that is a place where you have feminine power, right? Your divine feminine energy, it's a part of that. It's also a part of what makes people jealous of you. It's a part of how the haters perceive you, the way the haters come at you.
Really?
And a lot of that.
Lilith? Sorry. Do you know mine?
I do not know yours off the top of my head. And this is a good reason, y'all, and this is something that I will say to you in Astrology 101 and in Astrology Club. Memorize your charts. Memorize, you don't have to know astrology, but know your chart placements. That shit is important. But no, I don't know yours off the top, Kita.
You know everything off the top. I'm listening, but I'm looking it up.
So yeah, your Lilith point can be a sore point in your chart, but it's also a source of power, right? If you can own what's going on with you and Lilith, right? You're unstoppable. If you can embody your Lilith energy and be unbothered, which is not easy. It's not fucking easy, right? My Lilith is in my 12th house, conjunct my ascendant. So it's in my house of secrets, in my house of magic, in my house of music, and my secret sorrows, the things that make me sad, right? Which is a conjunct my face, my personality, the way that I show up. It's in conjunction with the horizon, right? Lilith had just come over the horizon shortly before I was born. So that it's a part of my daily experience, which is why, at this age, right, at this point in my life, when people are like, they got me fucked up or they're hating on me, that's just a part of my daily experience, right? So, okay, right? So I embody that
Damn,
Lilith
you're
because I
dating it?
have to embody that Lilith because it's a part of my rising sign. What did you say?
You said that's part of your daily experience?
Yeah.
Woo.
It's just, that's my life. That's my life. So anyway, this moon is opposing Lilith, which is significant.
My Lilith is on point.
Where's your Lilith at?
It's in the 9th house in Pisces.
Oh, also
No,
like, hmm?
the 9th house is the house of philosophy. It governs the higher mind, long distance travel, ethics, and the pursuit of truth. That is literally me, dude. Oh man.
It's the teacher house. So Lilith is currently in Sagittarius, the sister sign, the opposite sign to Gemini. So we're really thinking about like, what have we learned, right? Because that's very Sagittarius. What are we trying to learn? That's Gemini. And who is the bad bitch that we are becoming? That's Lilith. Lilith is the bad bitch that you are becoming your entire life. It's bad bitch energy. And I think if you can like learn how to work with that, and Lilith as a goddess energy, let's talk about that for a second. I talked about like the mythology that we're given, but like what is the current vibe of Lilith? Lilith is a deity that I trust and I work with because Lilith is in my 12th conjunct my ascendant. Like she's been with me, right? Even before I really understood what she was, right? Ancient primordial energy, very much connected to death, children. She's the kind of deity that like, if somebody's fucking with kids, then she's fucking with them, the mythology of Lilith the demon is that Lilith will come and kill your kids, but the Lilith the goddess is she's going to come and kill the people that fuck with kids, right? She's looking after women, she's looking after mothers, she's looking after babies, and she protects her children, right? And all of her children were, feminine people are her children, right? And Lilith is also like I get strong revenge vibes. From Lilith, and maybe that's how she shows up because my ascendant is in Scorpio, and Scorpio is very much this is the energy that you put out, so you're gonna get that energy right the fuck back, type vibe. So that's how I perceive her. She don't play about her kids, So I don't want to say embody that. Because revenge isn't always productive. You don't have to get your lick back every single time, but maybe you do.
Bitches who be bottling up inside and taking it out on their closest people, it's like you could have just took it out on that bitch and then kept it moving.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Or you can find a way to transmute it, right? Like,
yes, I've been thinking.
Do you need to take it out on that person, or do you need to go for a walk? Do you need to take a kickboxing class? Mm-hmm. Do you need to pray about it?
Make some art, dude.
You know,
Make some
talk to
art and
Lilith
make
about
some
that
money
shit and
off
she'll handle it for you. You know,
it.
as a person who has a close relationship with Lilith and a entanglement with Saturn, I feel like you know, if you're having a fucked up life, you know, and you're like, why is this constantly happening to me when I'm trying to do my best? You know, let it go and I feel like let it go and let God comes up in the wrong spaces, but I feel like that's let it go and let God. Let it go and let God is let go of how bad things are, because I feel like a lot of people are going through a lot of shit because like the systems want you to be going through the shit, right?
Yeah.
It benefits the system for us to be having a hard time. Let it go and let them handle that spell, right? Let them
Yeah.
lift that shit up out of you. You know, do your work, eat your vegetables, drink your water, pray about it, light a candle, do some cord cutting shit. And then on this moon coming up on the 14th, stop thinking about all the things you don't want and think about what you do want, right? Like a new moon is not the time to be like, I don't want to be fucking with this person. I don't want to be broke anymore. It needs to be, I want to be financially stable. I don't want to be meeting these fucked up men. It needs to be, I'm going to engage in relationships that are fruitful and healthy and joyful, right? Talk about what you do want, right?
Dude, I did a
'Cause
whole journal last night, a 3-page entry of stuff that I want, where I was not allowed to say what I don't want. I could only say what I want. Yeah.
excellent.
So, if you all need any ideas, like sit down with your pen and paper, and you're not allowed to say that what you can't have or what you don't want, or like you're not allowed. You can only use like the positive affirmation.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty sick. You get real specific.
There's some sexy energy with this moon too. I
Okay.
think Venus and Jupiter will still be conjunct. They'll still be an orb of conjunction, you know. So if you're trying to have a good time that way, there's that too. But if you're trying to bring something into your life, speak it into existence. Tell somebody, tell your siblings or your cousins what it is that you really want to be doing, because that's like Gemini rules cousins and siblings and neighbors, like close, regular relationships, you know, um, not relationships that you necessarily chose to have, relationships that you've just been placed into, right? Like, not
Mm,
parents, cousins, sisters, brothers, siblings, neighbors, not really coworkers. That's a different kind of proximity, you know. But I would
I
definitely
chose
say cousin siblings.
to.
Put that energy out there. But you know, Gemini energy is duality. It's your mental processes. I would say it's also probably a good time to start therapy if you're not in it already. Anything that has to do with like a Mercury move, like Mercury's going to go retrograde soon. I feel like it hasn't been retrograde in a very long time.
Let me take. Respect you, Mercury. So much has been happening astrologically that I'm just like, okay, then Mercury's gonna go retrograde. Cool.
They're like, oh, I say this a lot, and I'm going to say it again because I think this is an important message. Um, you and I and everybody who's alive right now are experiencing astrological transits that are happening in ways that have like some of them have never happened before in like human awareness, right? Like most of this stuff hasn't happened in the lifetime of anybody None of the people who were alive the last time some of this shit happened are alive now, right?
Mhm.
Like this is us, all of us humans that are here right now, we're like built of different shit because this is a lot to be going through. This is like, in the way that like birth is transformative and painful and scary and dangerous and magical, there's like a portal that you're literally going through. It's a physically painful experience. It's a lot of change, it's the change of the body of the mother, the experience of the new person is beginning for real, like all of the, like that's what's happening right now. It really is a birth, right? It's like, it's bloody, it's messy, it's scary, it's magical, it's wonderful. Something cool is about to happen. Just a few days, like a week after this moon, is a astrological position. This astrologer named Barbeau predicted this this position coming up where there's going to be like a little basket of trines and stuff between, like, it's going to be air signs and fire signs all like making this like nice little basket. And it's like the cradle of civilization is birthing something new, right? It's another marker, right? But what the summary of what it represents is the birth of a new world order, right? And when I say world order, I mean like it's a reset button, right? We're saying this is some auspicious astrology for us to start over. And it's a part of like why I feel hopeful. Like Pluto and Aquarius really like smack dab said this is that shit, right? I really feel that way about Pluto and Aquarius because Pluto's like, let me tear this shit up and make something new, and this time it's with society and with the people, and it's in the favor of the plebes, right? Like us regular ass motherfucking people. But this basket is also saying, I've got some auspicious vibes for you to restart this thing. And just because it's happening doesn't mean like, oh, it's going to be rainbows and flowers. Like it might be some really fucked up shit that happens that week because, like I was saying about birth is magical. And here's a person now where there was not a person before, but also it can be bloody and dangerous and nasty. People give birth and they poop, like it can be some fucked up shit happening alongside the magic of what we're delivering into the world. And we're going to get to see it. People, when I was organizing, there were a lot of people who said, the seeds that we plant now, we might not see them turn into trees. Maybe it won't happen in our lifetime. I think it's going to happen in our lifetime. The astrology is saying it's happening in our lifetime, right? We're gonna be building it. We're gonna see it happen, right? And I'm not talking about the death of the president. I'm talking about like what it is that we really want when we say we want him to perish, right? Him perishing is just like, oh, that would be nice, but it doesn't solve the fucking problem. What I'm talking about is the problem resolving itself. I feel like that's what we're going to see. And that's what I'm looking forward to.
Me too. I love that I'm moving apparently when this shit is gonna become a basket. So
yeah, that's the 20, I want to say it is the 22nd. Your ninth house is in Pisces.
my Lilith is in house and also Pisces. If that means that it's in Pisces, I don't really know how to interpret that. What? Let me see. Oh, ninth house. Ninth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my Venus,
Well,
Pisces in the ninth house. My Lilith is in Venus? That's lame. That explains so much. That
What's
explains.
name?
It's not lame in the sense that, like, it's lame. It's actually pretty hardcore and it explains a lot. But damn! Jesus Christ. I just need to
Your
date one.
Lilith is conjunct Venus.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, dude. And Pisces.
So sweet.
Not her. No, you know how she was like, fuck you, Adam. I'm not about to fuck put up with this bullshit. That's literally every fucking relationship that I'm in. Except when I'm with a
Yeah.
woman. For better or for worse. When I fuck with women, it's great. It's like, I need to literally just be a lesbian.
I mean, could solve some problems.
It could solve some problems. But that's besides the point.
Yeah.
Why did you ask me that?
Oh, I was curious because Ninth House rules travel, and I wanted to see if the moon was going to be in Pisces when you were traveling. It's not. It's in Libra.
I'm about to have. I already manifested what my travel experience is going to be like. It's going to feel way quicker than what it is. I'm going to land safely in my destination. I'm about to see y'all right after. And we're going to be like, woo! And then we're going to go sleep. And then the next day, I'm making a sourdough starter because I want to make my own bread. That's what's happening. So I appreciate you, planets, and angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides who wish me to walk the highest path for the greatest good. I really do appreciate all y'all, but that's what my travel experience is going to be like. I do declare. Are you ready for this
Okay.
reading?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I already know what I want to ask. I want to know. Show me what solidarity looks like. I want to know.
This is what solidarity looks like.
I miss that.
Protests.
You know what they're doing now? Everyone's trying to like be the next like Malcolm X, so they're trying to make their own like chants. You know what I mean? You guys don't reinvent the
I'm
wheel.
not mad at making up chants. I'm mad at like just be the revolution, man. Just
Yeah,
be it.
I'm mad at making up chants. I think we have great chants already, and they're rooted in history. It's not just some person who wants to be the next Malcolm X. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, what is it? La gente unido jamás hará vencido. That's like from an actual fucking revolution. It's not like some college kid who really wants to make a chant that sounds good. It's not like fucking SoundCloud bitches. I'm just saying. I like you can make up chants
Yeah,
like in
wow.
the heat of the moment. Sometimes the people come together and make up a chant. That's really fun, right? Some person who just came out here and was like, "Ooh, I want my chant to go down in history." No, that's no.
I know what you're upset about. You've mentioned this before, but like I wasn't even thinking about that. I was thinking like new issues require new shouting, you know?
Yeah, you're right.
But I also agree with what you're saying. Like there's no need to adjust the ones that work and that have historical context.
Yeah, dude. I am actually just being a hater. I think that you're being I think that you're being a good like community member. I'm just being a
For
hater.
real, but get the most.
like like Stop trying to be the next MLK, you guys. Like, you have missed the whole entire point of grassroots organization if you are trying to be another martyr, dude. If you're trying to be a celebrity, and this is besides the point. But I just want all you bitches, whoever's watching this, to know, if you're using social justice to become a celebrity, you are worse than, like, a scammer. Like, I'm sorry. I don't like those people. I don't like those people. It's like, you have missed the entire point of all this shit. We're trying to make the world a better place, and you're over here trying to be the Megan Thee Stallion of fucking. Like, what do
Can you imagine?
Oh my god. Jesus
You know
Christ.
what really sucks?
What?
Is that, like, you can't have progressive politics and do that. You know what I mean? You can't, like, the people who are outspoken on social media about shit that matters are not making money because brands do not want to pay them. You know what I mean? And you know, I have accepted that that is also my fate, you know. That I will never get paid to exist on the internet by brands, which is fine because that doesn't really align with my morals. Anyway, I'll take a sponsorship from somebody that's aligned with my shit, but legitimately, you know, I
All
don't want McDonald's to offer me a sponsorship because I
Right.
don't want their fucking money.
Yeah.
You can keep it and
And I
shove it
don't
up
want
your ass.
Yeah. Gonna make us dress up in, like, freaking costumes and be like, I love justice, and I also love chicken. Like, go get your chicken today and make these.
Right. I feel like, I don't know, I want like Dr. Bronner's or whatchamacallem, Ben and Jerry's, you know.
Oh my god, Ben and Jerry's.
You know how much this household would
Please.
love an ice cream sponsorship?
Ben Jerry's. Come on, why not? You know,
Ben and Jerry's.
come
What's
on.
good?
Oh my god,
Let me get that cookies and cream with a side of justice.
I can, like, taste it in my
Ben,
mouth. Come on,
so good.
I love justice.
And I love ice cream. So does my child.
That is.
Excuse me.
All right, show me what solidarity looks like. The more energy. Hey, I need you to adjust, please, camera. Thank you. Nope, didn't adjust. Can you see? Nope. All right, I gotta read it. The more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. The more energy and attention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free that I am. So I think we're talking a lot about capitalizing off of things that do not belong to us, off of things that belong to everybody. Okay. And when we talk about unlearning the indoctrination that makes us feel entitled to things that are unownable and ungovernable, we're talking about having faith in ourselves to give up these ideologies and still live a good life. The reason why people hold on to these things and covet these things is because they believe that they need these things in order to live a fulfilling and purposeful life. And it's not true. But you have to believe in that. You don't need to own a house, right? You don't need a 9 to 5. Like the way that our system is set up in order to make us think that we need X and Y and Z in order to live a fulfilling life. These things are bringing our lives down. Without the rigmarole and the pomp and the what is it? What goes along with the pomp? I don't know. Without all this
Circumstance.
shit, yeah. Without them pomps and circumstances, at the end of the day, we need to eat shit. We need a roof. We need shelter, right? And we need each other. And we actually don't need concrete jungles. We don't need advertisements. There's like whole like jobs that exist that are not necessary. We do not need to work 40 hours a week, dude. We need to band together and like if we want to eat meat, cool. Like I don't know, village needs like 3 cows a year. We don't need that many fucking cows. We have like all these factory farms. We have these corporations putting like family owned businesses that take care of their communities at a business in order to create factory farms full of animals that we pillage and waste. I need to stop yelling because it's 11 a.m. on a Sunday in the suburbs. But we need to have faith that we don't need these things. We don't need to capitalize. We don't need to be entitled and covet and keep things from other people in order to live fulfilling lives. And we have to have faith in that. Right now, the people who are controlling our lives and like for the worst, they have faith that they do need to capitalize off of our labor, off of our exploitation. There are children who are being enslaved right now. There are servants being indentured right now. There are wars happening right now because of faith. Because we have faith in our new fucking iPhones. So how about you have faith in the idea that we don't need all that stuff and live the kind of future that you want to create for the generations that come after us. Okay, one more. Show me what solidarity looks like. I think I want to do one. Show me what solidarity looks like. This is what solidarity looks like. This is my original deck, by the way. Very first Kita deck. This used to be gilded. And now it's just...
Wow.
Yeah.
That gold is all over the earth now.
Yes. It's low-key retired, but it be coming out sometimes. Hey, can you show me what solidarity looks like? I need to. Hello, I know it's been a while. Can you just like show me what solidarity looks like, though, please? Oh. Is it true? The page of swords. And I want an oracle card for this. Show me what solidarity looks like. What is the page of swords saying to me? The page is what is it? It's like a young ho energy. If you read tarot cards and you're trying to interpret your cards, whenever you see a page in your suit, it's the young ho energy. This person,
Yo!
yeah, is spry, is ready. It's like you know, demonstrations and stuff are carried by the young people. It's always the young people doing that stuff. Can you clarify this page of swords? There's nothing sexier than my authentic truth. Yeah, that's what solidarity is. Yeah.
Juicy. Love that.
Of swords. There's nothing sexier than my authentic truth. And the swords class is like the ruling class. So, I mean, this is about empowerment. I think it's also about uh connection to the self. It reminds me of Audre Lorde's uses of the erotic. And there was like a whole era where people were like, consent is sexy. And it's like, I don't want to sexualize. I don't like when people do that. That's my point, is when they try to like make it like, oh, you're sexier when you're your true self. No. You feel more comfortable in your own skin, and that has an impact on the whole entire world when you're comfortable in your own skin. Okay. And yeah, it is sexier. People like it when people are confident. Someone likes you because, specifically because you're not confident, that person needs to go to therapy and leave you alone. And I don't have anything more to say than that. Yeah, that's what solidarity looks like. We need to let go. We need to relinquish like this like coveting of material goods, and we need to get back into ourselves and like connect with our own bodies and what like makes us who we are, like have personalities. I should elaborate on this, but I won't. And the people who get it will get it. Thanks. That's it. I'm done. Thank you.
Yay, Kita. Thanks for that card reading.
Appreciate you.
Y'all go out and be your true selves. Be in solidarity with self.
Yeah, come on, you guys. Like, people are really afraid to be people, dude. And it's because we're so objectified from the time that we're born. We're taught to be objects. You're an object
Mm-hmm.
of your family, you're an object of your school, you're an object of your job, and then you're like an object of marriage, and then you're a fucking object in the ground. That's not what we are. We're animals. We are experiencing. Like, get into your bodies, you guys. There are things that you like, there are things that you don't like, and it's not like sports and tutus because your mommy said that you have a pee pee and you have a wee wee, so you have to like sports and you have to like tutus. That's not what it is. There's shit that you're fascinated by. There's shit that you like. Go out there and do that shit. If you think that like I'm not allowed to do that because it's not masculine, that's fucked up. Get over it. Do it anyway. The world needs you to be comfortable in your own skin, dude. Oh my god. And if you're a fucking misogynist out here telling people that they need to be a certain way, go to hell. Happy Pride.
Happy
Yes.
Pride.
Be who
Rainbow.
you are for your
Because you gay is the... There's a rainbow on the cookie because you know you gay.
Here's some balloons.
I got you some rainbow. Then they a rainbow because you gay.
That sounds great though. Like an ice cream.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, thank you everyone for tuning in to another episode of WTSS. What the stars say. We really appreciate you. We appreciate your likes. We appreciate your subscriptions. We appreciate your comments. We appreciate you sharing our content. And I appreciate you going to check out my Patreon. And we will see you on our next episode. Have a great one.
You guys have a good week. Bye bye.